Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After Season 5, Episode 10. I had to figure out what I was reviewing. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Okay, let's get ready to breathe it on out. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, and remember to relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself, and to always center those around you as well. I didn't put my hair back to make sure it don't look all crazy on camera and stuff. Do not forget to also like this video, comment in the comment section. You can also share it on your social media, and you can follow me on IG or Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. The link is in the description box below. I'll be active on Twitter. I am active on Instagram, so I'm telling you, you need to be following me. Anyway, let's get started with these people. Okay, we got first up Paul and Karina. So we see Karina has locked herself in the bathroom. We don't know why. She's married to Paul, so what else could it be? Anyway, Paul don't know what's wrong with her. She keep tripping or whatever. She keep having these mood swings. One day she's happy, the next day she is not happy. There's all these things in between. Okay, and I don't know what's going on with my wife. Okay, now he my mom's on the way. Karina, are you coming out? What's wrong, Karina? Are you okay? Da, 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 da. And then as his mom gets there, Karina comes out the bathroom. She's like, "Leave me alone, Paul. Leave me alone, Paul. I don't even bother, Paul. Leave me alone, Paul." And then she leaves. And so Paul, these mood swings, Mama, I don't know what's wrong with her, whatever. Mom, she's probably just overwhelmed with being here, been away from her family. Because now they've been there like a month, I believe, or whatever. Paul ain't working this shit, and she just wants to go home. She's homesick and she can't get away. They're in a one-room she-shed shack, okay? You know how hard it has to be to live in a one-room she-shed shack? No one wants to live in a one-room she-shed shack in America with Paul, okay? Her only solace is probably the bathroom. And he comes like, what's going on in there? Bitch, I'm in the bathroom. I'm bathing. Okay, leave me be. But I digress. So, the mom stays in the one-room she-shed shack with the baby. Paul then chases and try to find Karina. Paul runs like a snake. If the snake had no legs, but the snake still ran like a snake on water, just slithering. Like Paul run like he don't have no knees. Like, does his knees not work? Does he have a knee injury? He runs and he does not bend his knees. He runs like a man whose legs is in braces. I don't get it, but I digress, okay? But he catches up to her and she's like, "Go away, Paul. Leave me alone. Go away," okay? And back at the she-shed shack, Mom like, "Oh, these flies. Oh, my God." But that Paul in the house, he got a whole little fly swatter. This fly, like this, blop, blop, blopping them or whatever. And I'm like, because it's a one-room she-shed shack. Okay. Anyway, so he brings up how Karina wants him to do everything, take care of the baby and clean up the house and also work, and she ain't doing nothing. I'm like, I think Paul lying. I think Paul lying, probably making up shit. But again, his mom like, "Well, look, I have to go home. I'm leaving. It's two sides to every story, so I don't know, but I'm gonna leave it. Get your shit together, son." I'm like, Paul is a 45. How is he? 45, 35? Paul is a too grown ass old man to be having to worry about getting his shit together. Okay, but it ain't together. Larissa and Eric, honey. I don't even know a song to sing for them. What's a crazy bitch song? We have any crazy bitch? They say I'm crazy. That's what they is. They are really crazy. Girl, so anyway, so it's the day after the fights. Let them hoes fight. Let them hoes fight. Let them hoes fight. Let them hoes. Detroit music from back in the day. Anyway, so the day after the fight or whatever, they're both in the house. She in her room. He in the kitchen cutting up something. Was it greens or olives? I don't know. Cutting up some food and whatnot. And they both say how they didn't sleep well because of the fight. I'm looking like, y'all acting like that fight wasn't, one, some bullshit, but two, too much for y'all to stay together, okay? It's one thing to keep having bullshit ass fights. It's something else to keep having bullshit ass fights for no reason with someone who needs a green card. I don't get it. So she said, well, I should have talked to you and asked you over calling them women or whatever and asking them and getting all upset and raising hell as I do because I'm Larissa. You know what I'm saying? He brings up, well, after a breakup, people do say things to make the next person want to be better than the last person. And I was like, that's kind of true. But I also feel like I don't care what my ex said to another bitch after we broke up. I really don't. Like, it's the weirdest thing. I should not have any clue. Sexually, who cares? Because again, he still want to fuck. Let's move on from that. Larissa is really upset because he said that she get bad head. And she feel like because she paid for her face to get done, that it improved her head giving skills. You may get bad head because your face is stiff. If your jaws don't move, and if your lips don't move while giving head, it's bad head. I'm just saying, her mouth look dry. Dry head is bad. Okay, I'm gonna say that. So, but I understand how you feel. And I apologize for what we said, for what I said when we broke up. But I still feel like, that brings back my point that you should not have contacted them to bring all this up. But again, I apologize or whatever. He then say, and I prefer that you don't move out. I said, what? Don't move out? What are you talking about? Girl, talking about I still love you. Do you want to stay with me? I'm looking like, and she say, I love you too, and I do want to stay with you, whatever. And he said, well, I ain't felt this way about no woman in a long time. Oh my God, I love you so much. I'm saying, and they kissing and hug. I said, why the fuck are they kissing and hugging? I'm like, girl, we then see her. They made me crazy. That's what it is. This is a snapped, a unsolved mystery episode of Cops in the making, okay? Or ICE appointment. This is going to be coming up. But we do see that she go to see her lawyer for her cases, all them domestic violence cases that she had with Colt. And he tells her that all the cases have since been dismissed. She has no connections or ties to Colt. So nothing that she did to him or with him when they were married or whatever can now be, held against her in the court of law or whatever. He say, but if going forward, if you do anything to anyone else, including the heir or whoever, that mimics what you did to Colt, they would deport your ass because at that point in time, it's a pattern, okay? You continue to do the same shit. So keep your nose clean. The old one, the new one, and this one too, okay? Keep all your noses clean. And I'm like, I don't think it's gonna happen. We're gonna leave that be. Tanya and Sinjin, okay, who we know should not be married. They are not equally yoked. They're not. Now, I don't know if they be faking for the television to be on the show to make some money because they both don't work or whatever. What I do know is what they showing us, not a good marriage or whatever. So Sinjin is hanging out with his roommates, his old roommates, who, still stay there, whatever. I'm saying, who tell him as soon as they see him, wow, you fat as fuck. I was like, why you gotta be fat? I'm gonna leave that be. I can't be the president and the CEO of the Plump Association all the time, okay? I'm gonna leave it be or whatever. Anyway, they sit down and proceed to do what? Drink. Shots. Drink. Shots. Drinking. This all one drinking or whatever. And the friends, like, so how's it being married now, whatever. They bring up how, you had met her that one night at the club. You brought her home that same night. And then she just stayed for 2 months. They was like, we did not like her. She was in the house. She was being bossy. She was in the house trying to dictate what we do. And we were paying roommates. She was a one night fling who never left. Okay. So anyway, he like, well, it's not what I thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if I should have waited longer to marry her. Because again, I actually don't know her that well. Or I did not know her that well. And they're like, well, are you happy? He's like, well, I mean, I could be happier. You know what I'm saying? It can be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But right now, here, okay, right now, here, I'm having fun, so I might not ever go back. Look, again, as I said, I believe they are still together now. I don't know. I don't follow either of them on social media, but I heard they were still a couple in real life. That's why I say, are they faking the funk? It's just weird, and I don't understand it. I just don't. But that was all we got from those two. Next up, Liz and Andre. Y'all know I don't like either one of them. Mainly because he is a horrible person and she complains about it, but then instantly forgives him. I don't get it. It's like saying that you hate sucking dick, but you just keep sucking dick. I don't understand it. I don't know. Anyway, now her family, of course, her dad, her brother, are still upset over the fussing because it wasn't a fight. It was some really vulgar fussing, an attempt to fight, but no one even swung a punch or whatever. And Liz and Andre walking around and talking or whatever, and she's like, you were enraged. Okay, I have never seen you like that. I think that's a lie. I think she has seen him like that. She ain't tell no damn body. Anyway, like, I'm sorry, my bad or whatever. But what else you want me to do? I'm saying I'm sorry. What else can I do besides say I'm sorry to you, but don't really mean I'm sorry? But I'm saying I'm sorry, but I don't really mean it. And I'm saying, what else you want from me? What else you want? I'm sorry, damn. He's been an asshole because Andre is what's in whole of an ass or whatever. And he's saying, I get I did too much. I may have went too far, but hopefully we are still having a wedding. All he cares about is this punk ass wedding, okay? So she like, look, you need, to apologize to my people, whatever, because that's what needs to happen. Well, maybe I will. Okay, look, if I acted how you acted to my family, towards your parents, how would you feel, Andre? How would you feel if I acted that way towards your mom and your dad, who you don't even cuss in front of? You don't cuss in front of your parents at all, but you had a whole ass hissy fit, had to try to fight my brother, cuss at my brother and my mother, and told them to get the fuck out. You cussed, you acted a whole all that stuff, whatever. But again, she does all this, but forgives them, okay? He like, you know what? You're right. You know what I'm saying? I crossed the line with your dad, in a sense, so I will apologize to him. But your brother was getting on my nerves. He kept asking these questions or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he also needs to apologize for his behavior. Do I think the brother was out of line? Yes. Enough to where, was he the cause of it? No. I think the brother kept asking questions, and he was just being relentless with it. But I also feel like the questions he was asking, they weren't bad questions. It was just weird that no one would answer them. So she's like, look, until you handle things with my family, my brother, my daddy, you know what I'm saying, I am not marrying you again. I'm just not gonna have it. It's not gonna happen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I think you should like initiate the conversation between me and them. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, so I have to go to my people for you? Really? I'm like, but you gonna do it? Anyway, we then see that she goes to visit her dad and her brother at the Airbnb, which did look really nice. They said we were surprised. It looks so modern. This is so different from everything else. Which means in any country, if you pay enough money, you can get some fancy. Okay? Anyway, Chuck say, that's the daddy, I'm so surprised. I have never, in the 2 years since we've known Andre, to see him act how he acted. And I was just shocked at the way he talked and acted. It was kind of crazy or not. The brother didn't say, like, I can't believe I left my 4 kids, to come here for this wedding or whatever, and he acted a whole goddamn fool. You left 4 kids with who? You ain't shit. Okay, anyway, like, well, first of all, y'all both was acting goddamn fools. Let's say that first. You know what I'm saying? Because you kept asking too many questions. And to me, Charlie made a good point. I didn't start that, though. You know what I'm saying? He came at me first saying, let's fight. And so I just said, let's fight. And what you want to do? So Chuck, like, look, you know your brother. You know what I'm saying? You know he don't back down for shit. So once Andre challenged him, his ego was like, I gotta fight. Or whatever. But no one ever fought. Anyway, like, and he said it seemed like Andre was controlling his family and friends to not tell us stuff. And I said that I said it last week. I said every time they would ask a question, Andre kept looking at people and like this motion in one way or the other for them to not answer stuff. What I know is something is up his butt and we don't know what, okay? But the dad say, look, I'm glad I came here. I'm glad I came here and saw the real him, the angry him, the upset him. And unless he can give us an explanation and an apology for his actions, I'm saying I'm going home with my checkbook, okay? I'm not paying for shit, okay? I would leave this motherfucker, whatever. So with this, he 3 highway meet up. You know what I'm saying? That's Andre, the daddy, and the brother. And it doesn't really go anywhere too far or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They like, look what happened. What happened for you to act like that's on us? He like, man, it was alcohol. The alcohol happened, you know what I'm saying? And then me and Liz are okay, you know what I'm saying? But she told me to come talk to y'all. They're like, see, that's just it. You know what I'm saying? You should not need Liz to tell you to come talk to us because you should realize how you acted was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I mean, that's true. That is true or whatever. So he said, well, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I do get it, whatever. Now, I am sorry, but I'm doing this for Liz because I want Liz to be happy. And so that's why I'm making sure to do what she wants me to do. I'm like, but that's their point. You're only doing it to impress, or not to impress, but to make Liz happy, not because you really believe that you was wrong or whatnot. So Chuck, like, I think you want us to squash it because you want me to pay for the wedding. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we just wondering if you really are who we saw you to be last night. And saying that's your real, is that the real Andre who we just didn't know because we were not around your own people or whatnot? And then Charlie bring up, you know, it was weird. You know, you have never tried to fight me in America. So why try to fight me here? Like, if we have issues, if we're kind of the same person, both of these egos and these tempers, we could have fought in America. Why wait till we get here to have it happen? So that's part that I find to be weird. And then Chuck, like, look, you apologize. You know, we will see how you treat us going forward. You know what I'm saying? You said you're sorry so fine, but then we're going to test what happens next to see if we believe you. I'm like, he gonna act a fool. Liz, because him and Liz are still together, girl, and I don't know why. Okay, but anyway, next up, Angela and Michael. I'm sorry. She's so sorry. This is a horrible person. She's a horrible person, okay? Anyway, so they're going to counseling because in Nigeria, in order to be married, you have to have marriage counseling, and the people there have to like approve it for it to be like a legal binding marriage or whatnot. And so Angela, like, oh, it's a waste of time. No one can counsel us. We can't even counsel us. That's the reason to not get married, okay? So he tells, like, look, you cannot get upset and mad in front of these people. It would not be good, so just don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. Anyway, so they get into the registrars or whatever, and, you know, it's the people who say, like, they have to meet these guidelines in order for us to legally marry them or whatnot. And so they're like, you know, how did y'all meet? You know, how did y'all meet? You know, why did you choose Angela? Okay? And, you know, they asked Angela about being married before. He said, we met on Facebook. Okay, we met on Facebook. I saw her picture and something about her, you know, I just liked. And so I messaged her or whatever, and we started talking. And then she said, you know, he's the one for me. And they like, weren't you married before? So you got married and just gave up on this shit? You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, no, I was married pretty young. I was like 17. And I stayed married for 3 years. And he just was, you know, it wasn't really love. Oh, so you married somebody you didn't love him. She's like, no, I just mean I was so young I didn't know what it was or whatnot. I'm like, fuck. And so it's like, okay, fine. So there are 3 types of marriages in their culture. Traditional, which is the first one. Traditional is a man can marry more than one woman. Islamic is when a man can marry up to 4 women. And then she's like, well, no, we ain't doing neither one of those. So what's next? Okay, the third one was a legal marriage, which is between one man and one woman. And it's when they have like a legal, you know, licensed marriage and that stuff or whatnot. And so we're going to do that one. Okay. And then she asked about, you know, like, can the husband have like a side piece? But she's like, no, that can't happen or whatever. The man is not allowed to have other women. The wife must be submissive to her husband. She must make sure that he's fully satisfied sexually, and make sure like food is prepared or whatever, and be a submissive housewife. The bed is made, clean, all those things and whatnot. And so she checked. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. And she's like, I hope they know I'm not Nigerian, so I'm not going to do that. She then tells them, like, I'm not Nigerian, you know what I'm saying? No one will be above me. I will treat him how I treat myself. So we then see Angela and Michael have dinner with his auntie. Okay, the auntie we always see who's like, we need to be sure what's gonna go on with this marriage or whatever. And so at the dinner, Angela brings up how, saying how like in America we're not going to live by, this Nigerian culture in America or whatever. Michael then brings up, well, we will have like some parts of my culture will be part of our daily stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's like what? Did you either lie to me or to your aunt? Because, that ain't, he like, the prayer stuff. He was like, naming like little stuff, whatever. And she's like, because I would not be submissive to you. I would not do, if you think you welcome to America, whatever, and I would bow down to your food. I think it's a difference between being submissive to where you put someone over yourself, or just being submissive as in you are just submitting to your husband to be a good wife. I do think it's two different ways to be submissive. You know what I'm saying? And I think she just feels like she doesn't want to be up on his thumb, but she wants him up under hers, which is kind of crazy or whatever. And so the auntie like, look, Angela, listen. You know what I'm saying? You have known that Michael was Nigerian from the beginning. Okay? And you are a white woman. You know what I'm saying? He has to respect his culture. You have to know that. And she's like, well, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to respect mine. I'm like, you don't have a culture, Angela. You're just a racist white woman. But girl, anyway. You know what I'm saying? She said maybe he needs to be with a Nigerian. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. Now, when she gets up and goes to the bathroom or whatever, she's like, her and him, for some reason, start kind of fussing and yelling. And then she's yelling at him. So the aunt's like, this how she act when there ain't nobody around her? Because they've never seen this side of her. This is the one that we know. Okay. Anyway, the aunt is not happy. And she is belittling you. Not even in a way of like, oh, you know what I'm saying, women can't speak up for themselves. But like, she is literally belittling you as a person. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And he like, well, no, it'll be okay or whatever. She's like, no, look how she acts in Nigeria. She's going to act like that. Here, it'll be worse in America. It'll be completely worse. And it will be. And she's like, and no one will be there to help you because you'll be there by yourself. By yourself. Now, she then walked back up and she reiterates, I will not change in America. How I am here, he needs to stop acting as if I'm going to get there and be a different person. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Michael said, look, it's going to be 50-50 with us. It'll be 50-50, but I'm not trying to be over her. You know what I'm saying? Auntie brings up how, as a Nigerian, we have to be submissive to our husbands. Like, that's what we have to do. But Angela, your attitude, like, I have never seen this side of you. I don't like it. And I don't know if I can agree or I can still, support this marriage because of how you're acting. You're acting all ass. Well, I guess we're done. Michael, I'm going to go back to the hotel. But we're done. And she leaves and walks off. The wedding is off. It's just off. I'm done. And Auntie, like, Angela's too bossy. She's bossy. She treats you like shit. She treats you like a child. Okay? But he gonna keep letting her do it or whatever. The sex can't be that good. Colt and Jess, girl. Foolishness, all up and through. So Colt tells us that Jess came back to the room at like 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk, basically, with security, who brought her back in and whatnot. And so because she was still drunk and acting the damn fool, he got up and went and got a third room so that he can just sleep and she can sleep or whatever, and it won't be no foolishness. So he goes back to their room or whatever. He can't talk to Vanessa. I'm looking like, girl, I promise y'all, I physically in my body just stopped giving a fuck. I did. Girl, I give zero fucks about, I just can't. Cause it's Larissa. It just hit I'm like, this is Larissa and Cole all over again. Like, that's what it is. So why am I, girl, I'm only with me. Lastly, we have Kalani and Asuelu. He's really upset how things ended with his family yesterday. So he go to see his mom and sisters without Kalani. He brings the little gifts he got for them or whatever, and they come and chit chat. He brings them all like, I can't do what my family wants me to do because I just don't have the money for one, and I have a wife and kids. And he tells them, like I'm saying, I don't want my wife to see that y'all only want me around to give y'all money. Like, I don't want her to see that. I'm saying, her family does not have to give each other money in order for them to still be close and love each other. Like, they're just different from us. The sister that can hear brings up how, oh, you keep talking about, Kalani's family. What about us? I'm saying we have to come here. We have to find jobs here and send money back because that's what we do. He like, yeah, but you've been here for years. For a long time. I just got here. Okay, so what's the difference? The mom then say, but we not asking for money from Kalani. We're asking for money from you. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to take care of us. Because that's what we do. And I'm like, what the fuck? She then say, I'm saying, I feel like because she's older than him, Kalani is controlling Asuelu. And that's the reason why he does not give us money anymore. I'm like, no, bitch, he got kids. Okay? That's what happened. Children. Offspring or whatever. She then said, when we found out that he was married to an American woman, we thought, oh, cool. Now more money can be sent back to our family. I'm looking like, really? Asuelu saying gets up, he's pissed because, like, why do y'all not get that? I'm telling y'all, I cannot afford to give y'all the amounts of money y'all be asking for because I have children and a wife, okay? So he doesn't tell Asuelu, he doesn't tell Kalani what happened, because to not cause more friction or whatever. But he then has her and the kids and him gonna be with the mom at a GoFundMe or whatever. And the mom was a complete asshole. She was just like, he's crying, saying like, I can't, like, I'm poor. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? He says, I want some more of you. You could pitch a tent somewhere and live there and it's fine. You can't do that here. If you don't pay your bills here, you're homeless. And it's just completely different. My kids can die, with no food, nowhere to live, Do you want my kids to die? And the mama the whole time is like, I'm an old woman, I can't work, I need money, I'm poor. So you and your wife needs to work harder so that I don't have to work, is what she said. Even after seeing her son cry and say, I can't afford to do that. I don't have enough money to do that. Okay, she's like, I still need some money. And Kalani's like, we can't send you what we don't have. The mama again said, well, y'all need to work harder to send me more money. I said, this bitch here. Look, at this point in time, Asuelu just needs to cut ties with his whole fucking family that's in Samoa. Period. Because that's crazy to think that their family feels like even if you don't have the money to do it, you should suffer so we don't have to be responsible for ourselves. His mama can work. I know plenty of people who work when they old. Okay? And if y'all have all these kids, girl, that was all episode. I'm done. I'm going to bed because I'm like, these people, Jesus. Oh. Peace.